Welcome back, noble viewers. You've already met some Caesars whose charm was questionable. But fear not. Today's batch promises gladiatorial glory and genuine crush material. Yeah. Or another round of blokes in skirts. Not like my rugged good looks, eh? First up, Gordon Scott, the Tarzan turned Caesar whose muscles practically have their own zip code. And after that slab of beef, we head down under. Two right cobbers, crack a coldie, chuck a snag on the Barbie, and meet Ditch Davey, Caesar with a fair dinkum Aussie charm. Fair dinkum? Bloody oath, mate. The bloke's barely out of short pants. Not exactly gladiator material. Anyway, next we've got Todd Lasance. Caesar or not, this drongo's got the Sheilas swooning. So, prepare yourselves, citizens, for togas, testosterone, and true blue Australian flair. And if none of them tickle your fancy, remember, I'm always available. No? Fine, suit yourself.
Number 7. Gordon Scott.
Born August 3rd, 1926 in Portland, Oregon. You know this swinger as Tarzan, not Gordon Merrill Werschkel, obviously. But in 1962, the rechristened Gordon Scott left all that monkey business behind. He peeled off his loincloth and slipped into a toga. There's gotta be a banana joke in here somewhere. Trading the jungle treetops for the Roman Senate. Or was it the baths? Trust me, we're not judging. In a queen for Caesar. And if we're talking physique, Scott Caesar definitely did not skip arm day. With abs for days, Scott gets a big thumbs up for playing literal heroes. Tarzan, Samson, Hercules, Zorro, and even Wild Bill Cody. Some said he had more brawn than brains, but hey, who doesn't like their men stupid pretty? Just not pretty stupid. The only actor to play both Tarzan, King of the Jungle, and Julius Caesar, ruler of Rome, not the classic crisp romaine salad with crunchy croutons and a rich, creamy dressing. Spent much of his career in Italy making peplum, sword and sandal films, including Machiste contro il vampiro, Goliath and the Vampires, 1961. In Duel of the Titans, 1961, he played Remus opposite Steve Reeves' Romulus, a film that paired two of the most mega-crushable muscle gods of the era. In his later years, Scott worked the convention and autograph circuit, signing posters and posing with fans for the low price of a few Numis aureus a pop. Scott died April 30th, 2007, age 80 in Baltimore, from complications following heart surgery.
Number 6. Ditch Davey.
Born July 4th, 1975 in Melbourne. Yes, Australia has the 4th of July, right between the 3rd and 5th. Ditch Davey was the first to don the toga in Spartacus' War of the Damned, playing a younger, hungrier Julius Caesar. This was pre-glory Caesar, before Rome screamed his name, and Davey gave him raw ambition, smoldering intensity, and abs that could cut marble. In 2002, Ditch won the Logie Award for Most Popular New Male Talent. A Logie? Sounds suspiciously like a fetish-specific award, and if so, I respect it. And perhaps that notoriety led to him landing another Roman gig, Netflix's Roman Empire, where he laid the foundation for Caesar's arc in Spartacus, before Aussie Eve Harrington, Todd Lasance, swooped in and stole the show. And to make things worse, or as we used to say in real America, more worse, Lasance totally outshined him. While solid, Davey Caesar didn't leave as lasting an impact, except of course on the audience members who were just here for the shirtless ambition. And while we're being brutally honest, Ditch? Seriously? That's one find your gay porn star name generator gone too far. I mean, Brick? Solid choice. Butch? If you're feeling bold, sure. But Ditch? Unless of course you're telegraphing something, in which case, carry on. Oh, and that Logie Award? Turns out it's not a saliva-based kink trophy.
And the Logie goes to Ditch Davey.
It's for acting. Disappointing, I know. But while we're talking names, Ditch won his logi by beating out someone named Dingle Wall, which is Australian for what exactly? So I googled him, and gotta give Dingle Wall a hand. Total crush material. Hey Martin, if you're watching, why don't you give your DMs a check? You won't be disappointed. But Caesar isn't his only role. Ditch has stayed busy, and up next he's starring in Black Mountain, which, fun fact, has nothing to do with Julius Caesar or a toga, but does sound very mysterious. So Ditch, while you may not have conquered our countdown, you're still total crush material. And, hey, 6 is half of 69, if you're counting correctly. Etu, you flaming gala?
Number 5. Todd Lasance.
What's more dangerous, a knife in the back or an Aussie with abs and a toga? In Spartacus, War of the Damned, 2013, Todd Lasance didn't just play Julius Caesar, he made him a snarky, scrappy, dangerously crushable agent of chaos. Born February 18th in Newcastle, New South Wales, Australia, this hot toddy just passed the half-century mark. Can you believe it? Yeah, sure, I guess it technically makes sense, since it's been nearly 20 years since he made his debut in Blue Water High, a soapy teen saga about students at Solar Blue. Get this, a high-performance surf academy. Gnarly idea. But Todd's real big break came a few years later, when he was cast as bad boy turned good boy Aiden Jeffries on the even soapier Home and Away. Fun fact, during this time, Todd shacked up with his equally crushable Home and Away co-stars Lincoln Lewis and the much underrated Mark Furs, but separately, not throuply. So spare me your ruminations about what might have happened if these three found themselves alone, single, and suddenly unable to pay the pizza delivery dude on a Saturday night in summer. I simply don't want to hear it. Unless, of course, it's formatted as a text-to-video AI prompt, obviously. But let's get back to Todd in a toga. This wasn't your traditional stoic statesman Caesar. This was a young, hot, sword-wielding menace. Todd brought the energy of a guy who would definitely take your throne, and your boyfriend. And let's be honest, any version of Caesar that shows more skin than a Roman bathhouse was bound to make this list. You have to respect a show that took the idea of Julius Caesar and asked, but what if he was a ripped, dirty blonde Australian hellraiser? And it worked, because in a series already filled with bare-chested gladiators, Todd still managed to stand out. And that is no small feat. Unlike some of the actors on this list, Todd is still going strong. After Spartacus, he kept the action-packed roles coming, including The Flash and Without Remorse. And while his take on Caesar definitely wasn't historically accurate, let's be real, accuracy was never the point. This Caesar was built to conquer, and we are more than okay with that.